from the station putting local first. You're watching Studio 9.
Welcome to Studio 9. This is Positive Southwest Living. I'm your host, Robert Bettis. This is a chance to be a tourist in your own town. We have a great show for you today. El Paso Community College, hundreds of thousands of graduates from the El Paso area, and now they're doubling their number of campuses and adding on to their technological degrees. No one loves a good test drive more than myself. But I also love a clean test drive. So we pull out the white gloves and visit my friends at Fox Acura. Do you have a closet full of junk? Well, who doesn't? But you know what? It might not be junk, and Mesa Pawn may be wanting to buy that item from you. I'm going to take one of my special treasures over to see them. And if you're up in Las Cruces, Builder's Source Appliances has an enormous and beautiful showroom. And did you know all of those cabinets are locally made? Real estate experts say that if you want to put money into your home, there are two rooms that matter the most: the bathrooms and the kitchen. And the kitchen is usually where everyone hangs out, gathers, and does all the family business. So I'm here in Las Cruces on Motel Drive at Builder Source, not far from the Doña Ana County Government Center. Joining me now is store manager Randy Montoya. Randy, nice to see you this morning.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having us.
Of course, when everything started to go down this year, you were honored to find out that selling appliances and putting people in new kitchens was an essential business, and it was actually got a little emotional. You had some people coming in pretty emotional.
It was. Born and raised here in Las Cruces. You never think, selling appliances, you would be somewhat of essential. During tough times, we've all faced it, and we have found out that, we are definitely essential. People within the community needed stuff. We're desperate at sometimes in measures, and to be able to have them and be able to come through for them is it's an honor, and it's nice. Yes, sir.
So people driving down Motel Drive, they're going to look over and they're going to see the word Builder's Source, and they're going to say, well, I'm not a builder. But you're saying, no, you come on in.
Come on in. We're an appliance gallery. Everything is built in. Everything looks personal, looks like a home. It's not lined up. And we offer everything from top grade appliances to very simple stuff. And we are proud to cover that spectrum.
So
Yes.
Somebody walks in the door, they're tired of that old kitchen, they need something new. Walk us through that. It should be a fun process, but there's a lot of decisions.
A lot of decisions, but it is a fun process. Think about it. You're in your kitchen every day, you're cooking, you have stuff in your refrigerator. It's a valuable piece. Every piece of the kitchen is valuable. So we try to make it as personal as we can. Designating a salesman to you, offering home visits. So if you are somewhat unsure of, we can go in there, help you find items, help you find a selection that fits your needs, not necessarily what we have on the floor. It could be something totally different. As long as we help and we can supply that, we will.
Builder's Source is all over New Mexico and down in El Paso as well.
Yes, sir.
And Las Cruces is the store with the absolute largest showroom. And I have to say, I've walked through and it is beautiful. The lighting is beautiful, the cabinetry is gorgeous, and you pride yourself on the cabinetry. It's Las Cruces, it's homegrown stuff.
Homegrown. We are appliances, so all of our appliances are here. But for selection, when building a kitchen, it's not just appliances, it is cabinetry as well. It is countertops. All of our countertops and cabinets within our showroom are within a driving radius for you. You can go grab a card, go check out their showrooms, and it is a local thing. We try to make those relationships. So communication is key, and it's easy for you and for all of us.
You have a lot of brands. In fact, you have every major brand.
We try.
So it isn't always about the price, right? So you got to sit down and you're going to teach people about, well, what do you want, right?
What do you want? Yeah, how do you want your cooking set up? Do you use an oven? Do you use convection? Do you use high output?
Do you need a camera in your refrigerator?
Yeah, exactly, or a screen you can tap and see. Outdoor grills. We try to offer it all and cover every spectrum of a house. That appliances could be used to a built-in coffee maker, so every morning you jump on your phone, say, make my espresso, keep your cup there, and you're ready to go. Yeah.
Randy, last question, okay?
All right, let's talk.
Now, all these kitchens are operational, or many are.
Yes,
so have
sir.
you ever had customers come in and go, I'm gonna buy this if I can cook my omelet?
Not necessarily maybe that blunt, but yeah, the decision process, it's hard to pick from several. So if you minimize and you have a couple, two that maybe you like, let's
try
hook them
it
up.
out. Right.
Bring in some cookie dough and we'll make some cookies and anything.
Randy, thank you so much here at Builder
No.
Source. And if you
Thank
want
you,
more
guys.
information, go to ktsm.com, click on that Studio 9 tab. Thanks, Builder Source. And remember, all of the food is for display purposes only. Now, when we come back, El Paso Community College is doubling its number of campuses. We'll explain why. Up next.
Is your water at home really doing its job? KTSM, Purity Bay, and the Good Water Guy are giving away a water filtration system. Log on to ktsm.com and click on the promotions tab to enter.
Here's an interesting stat for young people. 99% of the 12 million jobs created between the recession in 2008 and today went to people with a certificate in higher education. And one of the institutions absolutely vital to El Paso is El Paso Community College. Joining me now is Dr. William Serrata. Dr. Serrata, thank you for having me this morning.
What a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Let's have some good news. I mean, we'll start with EPCC. It's a rock of this community. A lot of people I know got their start right here.
You know, last summer we celebrated our 50th anniversary, and you're absolutely correct. We were created in 1969. We opened for classes in 1971. And since that time period, over 86,000 individuals from this community have earned a degree or certificate from El Paso Community College. We've served over 1 million students. And so we certainly are fortunate to be a part of this community and to serve it, and we think we serve it well.
You get calls from employers all the time, and they say, Bill, we need these type of people. So how does EPCC try to guide young people or middle-aged people or any age people into careers that will they'll get employment.
You know, it's a really great point. What we're seeing more and more often is that employers are very specific about the kind of skills that they're looking for. And we also saw an imbalance. And so when I arrived at the institution in 2012, we noticed that we were about 88% academic transfer, and there's nothing wrong with academic transfer. I have degrees in academic transfer. But CTE, Career Technology Education, is really important for this community. And a job that people don't think of is nursing. Nursing is actually a CTE program. And so these are highly skilled, high-wage jobs for this community. So what we started to do is transition the institution and add more facilities for these CTE programs so that we meet those employer needs. We've opened 3 of those facilities so far. 3 more will be coming on, 2 this fall, the last one next spring. All 74% of that square footage, over 400,000 square feet, is going to be focused on CTE programming or STEM-related fields. So these again are high-wage, high-skilled jobs so that we meet the needs of those employers who call and say, William, here's what I need. I need this kind of employer. We want to make sure that we're responsive to that.
So EPCC right now has 6 places, and you're doubling that? And when is that expected to come online?
So great question. And what we do have 6 sites right now, 5 full campuses plus the Administrative Services Center, and we're working on 6 projects that are going to be on those existing campuses. So we're adding to those campuses, 6 projects on the 5 campuses, 2 at the Valle Verde, one's already open, the Transportation Training Center. #1 jobs for males in this country, truck driving. And yet the data says 10 to 15 years, all those jobs will be gone because of automated drivers. So why are we building a transportation center? Well, we want to make sure that we're able to keep those individuals in that field. So the vehicle, I think it'll take longer than 10 to 15 years, but when it drives itself, you still need people to work on those vehicles. You still need people to look at diesel mechanics. You need to look at automatic technology, logistics. And so we want to keep those individuals in that field and transition them out. Logistics, for example, for them to stay in that area. So 6 projects on the 5 campuses, over 400,000 square feet.
Success rate. Okay, let's say a young person or a person of any age decides, okay, I'm going for it. I'm going to invest in one of your programs, and I'm going to go ahead and give in and do something very technological. What is the likelihood that's going to lead to success? And does it lead to also another degree in college, or where does it go from there?
Yeah, it's a really great question. So what we've seen is we've really focused on success. Great question. It's been a laser focus that we've looked at since 2012. We've tripled our graduation rate in the last 10 years. We've doubled it in the last 5 years. And what we're doing now is how do we double it even faster? We never lower the bar. The rigor will always be there. We want to make sure that we help these students be successful. When you're looking at also job placement rates, our technical programs, well over 80 to 90% of job placement for these students. You look at a nurse, you're looking at going from minimum wage into living wage, changing entire generations of families in this community, and that's what we're really excited about.
Dr. Serrata, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And if you'd like more information on the programs here at EPCC, you go to ktsm.com and go ahead and click on that Studio 9 tab. After you graduate from EPCC and get that great high-paying job, well, you're going to need a new ride. So let's get out the white gloves for the white glove treatment over at Fox Acura. Coming up next. Now it's time to have some fun. I've actually put on a shirt that matches this beautiful Acura behind me because today I'm going to take it for a test drive. I'm out here at Fox Acura at I-10 in McRae, and joining me now is Paige Fox. Paige, so nice to see you on this day.
Hi, Robert.
I matched it pretty close.
Perfectly.
Now, car dealerships and cars run in your family blood. Tell us about that.
Yes, so our Acura store was founded in 1986 when the Acura brand first arrived to America. And we just moved to our brand new location a few months ago, so we're so happy to be, right here on the freeway servicing El Paso.
It's beautiful, beautiful building, beautiful cars. Now, of course, people like to get a car that's extra shiny and beautiful, but these days, people also want a car that's super duper clean. Tell us about that.
Yes, so we have definitely taken that into consideration. So every time that a person test drives a vehicle or comes to service their vehicle, we disinfect the inside of the car with hospital grade disinfectant. So it kills all the viruses, young and old.
Excellent. So when you take it over, it's in good shape.
Yes, we're very mindful of the times these days, and we want to make sure customer safety and satisfaction is the utmost importance.
Now, Paige, would it be possible that I take this little puppy for a spin, being that I'm wearing a matching shirt?
Of course, I have the keys right here.
Of course. Now, Paige, you don't mind that I put on a couple of white gloves, do you?
I prefer that.
I want to make sure that this test drive goes just right.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's go.
Robert, you look so happy. You actually look so tan.
I feel vibrant. It was as though the sun was coming in all around me. What the heck is that?
It was our panoramic sunroof that comes standard in all the models.
Oh, I loved it. And when I was listening to my favorite song, Copacabana, I could almost feel the music as though I was in Havana.
Exactly. That's our 3D sound system that comes standard in all the Acura RDX models as well.
It almost felt for a little while as though this Acura was driving itself. It warned me and buzzed at me, and tell me about that. That's a very safe feature.
Yes, it's our Acura Safety Standard watch package that also comes standard on all the RDX models. So all the buttons and the noises and the beeps, that's the safety. So I don't even want to know how you were driving. That's
Trust me, I was enjoying myself, and once I turned on Barry Manilow, woo! I could feel that sun giving me a tan. Absolutely fabulous vehicle. And I've got to tell you, Paige, I put this vehicle to the test, you know what I mean, with my white glove treatment. And I'm going to tell you, it passed with flying colors.
yay!
Now let's take this Acura down to the club and have a highball.
I love it.
Thank you, Paige. Now, if you'd like more information on this beautiful Acura, you go to ktsm.com, click on the Studio 9 tab. That test drive was smashing and nearly sterile. If you're like me, you have not one, but many closets full of old junk. Well, it might not be old junk. I'm going to take one of my treasures over to Mesa Pawn, who wants to buy it. Coming up next. Let's be honest. There's not a single person that doesn't have multiple closets filled with beautiful treasures from their past. I'm the same, but sometimes you want to get rid of those treasures, and that's why I've come down here to Mesa Pond, and joining me now is the owner, George Hogan. George, pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, Rob.
Now, George, Georgia, you've got a pawn shop in Atlanta. You grew up in Georgia, but what would make you move all this way to El Paso, Texas?
Well, I married a woman from Chihuahua, and she drugged me out here, and here I am. So
She dragged you out to El Paso, so you might as well open up a pawn shop.
Sure.
Okay, well, George, my question is, with the pandemic, I would assume when I walk into a pawn shop that you are like full of stuff, that everybody's just scrambled in to sell and haven't bought a thing. You say it's the opposite.
It is. Everybody's spending money, all the stimulus money that people have received. Everybody has fat wallets right now, so they are spending, and that's the way it's been since all this pretty much began.
So if people have stuff to sell, what's popular? What would you recommend they come in and, hey, how does it work?
Wow, we take everything from jewelry to fine nice purses to fine watches to electronics, TVs, game systems. So you would just bring the item in, and we would evaluate that item and give you money based on that, and you can choose to sell the item, or if you just want to borrow money against it, you leave it with us and we give you the cash, and you come back to pick it up when you have the money.
So let's say we are a little cash pinched or whatever like that, and we know a valuable piece of jewelry. So you're saying that it may not be gone forever. We could bring that to you, and I mean, like, how does that work?
Absolutely. That's really what we pride ourselves on is giving you the item back. If you're really attached to that item, we want to loan you money on it, protect it while it's in our possession, and then we want to give that back to you if it's something that you're attached to.
So you get a little temporary loan, you
Sure.
come back, you pay it back, you get your treasured piece of jewelry back. That sounds like a really good idea. Okay, since I have you here, and I'm sure we've seen those shows where people give you a value, you know what they bring in?
Sure.
George, if you will, this is my bridge of the Star Trek Enterprise, and I've had it for a while. Let me give you a little tour here real quick.
Okay.
It does have the Captain Kirk, and of course the command chair.
Sure.
Right here. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there is a transporter over here on the side, and yes, that is Dr. McCoy in there. There's one. I'm an honest man. The Spock shirt. The snap broke. I guess I took his shirt off too many times.
Don't worry. That's not a problem at all. We see things like this all the time. They've been played with.
Sure.
It still has lots of value.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And don't forget the controls.
Oh yeah. It's actually not in too bad of shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very cool piece.
Yeah.
Something like this, maybe around $100 is what we would. Yeah, believe it or not. Sure.
Well, okay. Well, George, that seems fair. Are you kidding? Okay. What's this, George?
This is a Yeti cooler. We're actually giving this thing away on Facebook. If you like us on Facebook, we're going to have a drawing, and we will give it away to one lucky person. It's brand new.
These are expensive too.
It's very nice cooler.
And what's your Facebook name? Mesa Pond.
Mesa Pond and Jewelry.
And jewelry.
Yes.
Perfect. George, it was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And don't forget, all of this is available at ktsm.com. Don't forget to click on the Studio 9 tab. $100. Are you kidding? We hope you enjoyed this episode of Studio 9, and we'll see you again next time. Until then, keep the ideas coming for great segments. Send me an email at rbettis@ktsm.com. Until then, keep smiling, keep shining, El Paso.